Hey everyone, in this lesson we are going to learn Maya user interface. So we are going to learn their names, what are they being called, and some of their basic functionalities. So I'll not cover everything like time slider or range slider, they are for animation. I'll cover all those UI elements who has some kind of general functions or general tools or modeling or texturing tools. So with that being said, let's get started. The first UI elements is the menu bar. You can see that's on the top of Maya. That's the menu bar. Then the bottom is called status line. It's the second UI elements there. So I'll get back to all those UI elements to go deep into that UI elements. Then there comes the self. So again I'll come back to this all UI elements. Then this section is called toolbox. And the right side section is called channel box and layer editor. You can see here. This is the channel box and this is the layer editor, and the middle section is called the viewport or workspace. So it has again view menus and view menu icons there, and this section is called time slider. It's mostly used for animation, and the bottom section, this line is called range slider. Then this section is called command line. This is the command area and this is the feedback area. So there are two areas. Then the end is help line. You can see whenever I put my mouse cursor on top of anything, I can see there is some feedback or some tips. You can see if I put my mouse cursor on top of this icon, there it shows it's something polygon plane or create a polygon plane on the grid. So this is all the UI elements you can see, and there are some tabs. You can see here it's channel box and layer editor is highlighted. You can click on the attribute editor. There is attribute editor here. Okay, some hidden UI elements is also there. Like if you go to Windows, outliner is there, node editor is there. There are several like UV editor. I want to cover right now the UI elements on top the screen. Okay, now let me tell you, the UI elements inside Maya is customizable. That means I can change the UI elements a little bit. You can see these double dotted lines. Every UI elements has that, either to the left of the UI elements or on top of. You can see the self has its to the left side of that, and the toolbox has its top to that. So you can put your mouse on top of that double dotted lines, and you can see this icon. Then you hold your mouse, left mouse, and drag. When you drag, it will show you different areas to put that. So these are predefined. You cannot put anywhere you want. Like the toolbox, you can put that here. There is a slot right side. If I let go my mouse, there's the toolbox. So in this fashion, I can change my UI elements a little bit. Like I can put myself here if I want to. Then how to show or hide UI elements. So why you need to hide or show UI elements? For example, we are going to do models or textures. We don't need time slider and range slider, right? So if we don't need something, we don't have to put that on the screen. If we hide this, we'll get some screen space. This is one of the reason. So let's see how to show or hide UI elements. In order to hide, you need to go to the display menu, and you can see there is a UI elements category. If you hold your mouse there, if you just hold your mouse, don't need to push any buttons. Then you can see there is again sub menu there. You can see all the UI elements are there. You can show or hide from here. If I don't want time slider on my screen, I can hide that. This is one of the way, and the second way is just go to that double line of that particular UI elements and right click on there, and if you can do it anywhere, any dotted lines. If right click, you again see the drop down there, and you can again, I don't want range slider, so I can turn off that. Now it's time to come back to all UI elements and let's see how they work. So let's first start from the menu bar. So menu bar, you can see here, menu bar actually has two different types of menus there. So it's a long list of menus. Some of the menus that depends on this area. This is called menu selector. It's inside the status line. If I click here, I'll get this drop down. You can see there are some list like modeling, rigging, animation, effects. These are different discipline, or you can say department. So if I select rigging, you can see the menu bar has changed a little bit. Right now it's showing rigging menus, rigging specific menus, and still there are some menus like file, edit, create, select, modify. Some of the menus don't change. Those are common menus, and those menus are changed here. Those are specific menu. If you don't want to show the menu bar, you can hide. There is a shortcut for that, to hide the menu bar or again bring back the menu bar. That's Control M. Control M. That's for hide and show the main menu bar. You can try that. Then the status line. This area is called menu selector. You choose the menu here. Then you can see there is this kind of icons there. This line type icon. It creates group, right? So this is a group. This is a group. So group means it's related tools. This area is all about creating a new scene, open scene, save scene, undo, redo. I'll not cover anything. You can see here, as you progress in Maya, as you learn Maya better, so you will learn all these things. But there are some important things, like this area is snapping tools. In this Maya basic section, we are going to learn this area, some of them. So, and this area is render options there. So, and from here, from this section, you can turn on, turn off this channel box attribute editor. You can see there are two options highlighted. So I can turn off everything. This is channel box layer editor, and the stack is gone there because there is only one activated right now. If I select here, this is tool settings. Again, whatever tool you have selected, right? Right now my tool is select tool. You can see here in the toolbox. Now select tool is selected, and you can see that all settings related to the select tool. You can change the settings here, or you can reset the tools. So whenever you want to change the tool setting, just double click on the tool as well to open up that tool settings. Then the attribute editor is there, and here you can see there's a modeling toolkit. Again, there are some modeling quick tools or primitives there. So this is under the status line. The snap options are very important. Render option is there for rendering, and this is the channel box layer editor, attribute editor things. And this area is very useful. It has maskings option. Don't worry about them. You don't have to learn everything and then start modeling, because my interface has all the things like modeling, texturing, rigging, animation maybe. So you don't have to learn everything. So just don't worry about that. Then the self comes. The self is very useful because you get very frequent tools. You don't have to go inside the menu and get the tool, because the self is there and it's there. So a lot of the frequent used tools are there. Even you can bring your tools into the self. Even you can create your new self. So I'll tell those. Polygon self is activated right now. You can see if you are animating something, you may go to animation and you will get the animation options. Let me tell you how to bring some menu tools into the self if you want to. If you don't find that inside the self, but you need that, you can do that by just go to any menu. And for example, I need the edit mesh bevel option. So just hold Control Shift and left click on the menu. You'll see that's right now here. Just before you Control Shift click, just make sure your self is active, which self you want to bring in. So that's important. Even you can create a new self for yourself. Like if you click on this option, this settings like icon, just click and you can create a new self here. You can give a name like maybe modeling or maybe something like that. Just give a name. Now it's a brand new self and it's empty right now. You can bring tools and arrange and create a new set of tools, and you can use, like I can bring any tools, hold Control Shift and click. I can use any combination tools. It's very useful. I'll recommend you use this technique. You use self like this. Okay, then let's see the toolbox. Toolbox is this area, and toolbox has very useful, very frequent tools like select tool, lasso tool, this is the pen selection tool, this is the move tool, rotate tool, and scale tool. So these tools are very frequently used tools. You can select from here. If you want to select tool, just click on that, which is blue, that's highlighted. So just left click. Okay, and if you want to see the tool setting again, if I let me remind you, just double click to see the tool settings. Now you can see it's tool settings, but now it's showing the lasso tool settings. You can change any option here. If you confused what to choose, or if you want to reset it, just click on here, reset tool. To close this window, just click on the X icon here. Then we can see the layouts button. These are called layouts button. So layouts is a combination of windows on the workspace area. You can see right now it's just perspective view. If I click any of the option here, just maybe on this icon, now you can see in the workspace there are different things, like I have two panels right now, left, right. Left is perspective and the right is UV editor. It's a different window to unwrap your models. So we are not going to see this right now. So this is called layout. If I select here, this is called 4-view layout. This is best layouts for modeling, because we can see the model from top view, front view, side view, as well as the perspective view. This is called 4 views layout. So these are different layouts. Even there more layouts. If you right click any option, you can see there are some more layouts. Even you can create your own layouts as well. Then to the right is channel box and the layer editor. The channel box is now empty because we don't have anything selected in the view. So if I have something in the view, let me go to polygon self, click on any of the primitives here. Now it's selected, and now channel box is showing something, the object name here, the transformations like translate, rotate. You can see it's 0 right now. I have not translated, rotate it, or scale it. Scale is 1, by default scale is 1. If you put 0 here, it will lose its existence. So visibility is for show height your objects. You can see if I put some values here, like if I put 2 here, so object move in x-axis. Channel box is very useful in terms of moving your object in a specific value, rotating objects in a specific values. You can put just click and put a value there, or if you want to put a single value into the scale XYZ, you can hold left mouse and drag your mouse. For example, just hold left mouse, don't let go, just drag, then let go. Then you can see all three as highlighted, and you can put a value, it will be all there. If you want to hide your object, you can put 0 here, or you can type off 0 and enter. 0 is off, 1 is on. So they're very useful things. If I put in Y like 8, so it's scaled in Y, which is the up down axis. So it has been scaled vertically. So I can rotate it 90 degree by putting or any value, like specific values. I can put 45 degree, I can put 90 degree. So it's very useful in terms of specific value, move, rotate and scale and visibility. We don't use this. We have some better options for show and hide. And if you click here, you will see some inputs, like if I change the width, again it's change. I can put more subdivisions. It's just a brief. If you don't understand, don't worry, I'll get back to this in detail later. Then there comes the layer editor, this section. As you can see, I can adjust two different area by holding this in between section. I can put some more space there. We have three types of layer: display, render and animation layer. I'll talk about the display layer, which is we use to model to keep our models in the layer, so that we can show and hide easily, so that we can put them in a reference mode. I can put a model or multiple models in a layer. Just select the object. There are 4 options. Just click on the last icon here. Now you can see there is a layer and there's some options there. If you see, there's a V for visibility. If I click there, now it's turned off. The layer is turned off, means inside the object is hidden. So if I click again there, the model comes again. So it's a very quick way to show and hide as you wish. I'll recommend you practice this. I'll not go any deeper than. You can rename the layer. Just double click here to get the edit layer window, and you can give a name. Again, giving a name is a good thing to identify or to organize your work. Just save. You can see now the layer has been named box, and V for visibility, and there is an empty box here. I'm skipping this area. There's an empty box. If you click here, you will get T. Again you click here, you get R. Again you click here, again you come back to that empty. So empty means it's a normal layer. Normal layer means you can select any of the object inside the layer. If I click here T, now you can see it's visually, it's right now it's a wireframe mode, like gray wireframe. You can see now you cannot select the object, it's kind of freezed. It's there for if you don't want to select the object, if you want to see the object there, model other models according to that scale. But I like to use R, which is again called reference mode. T for template, R for reference. Both are used to get these things, like to freeze your model. Even in R I cannot select because again it's in reference mode, but there's a difference between the two. You can see the difference. It's in wireframe mode, and in R it's insider mode. That's the difference, but they both work in the same way. Then we have hidden the time slider and range slider. Earlier I said that's again related to animation, so don't worry about those. Then here comes the command line and the feedback area. So command line, you can see there's a word called mail. Mail stands for Maya embedded language, which is a Maya own script language. You can put here some script and you'll get to see some effect. Then this is the feedback area. This is very useful. Let me show you what it does. If you save or if you do anything, it will show the result or the error or something. If you see a red color thing here, then you need to worry about, because that's an error thing. And if you see a normal result and something saved, that's good. So just go to file and let's save scene. So this is the way to save your scene. You can also click on the icon here. This is the save icon. Let me save this scene, and I want to show you something. Just let me maybe box. Save. You can see in the feedback area it's fine. There is no red color, and it's again giving you the idea of where it has been saved, like result, whatever the path is. And this is fine. If you see like this, it's okay. If you see something like in red color, then check whatever there, read that carefully and understand and do whatever it's said to do. So that's it for this big lesson. So hope you find this useful. So in the next lesson, let me tell you camera navigation techniques and viewport modes. So see you then.